Hello and good morning and welcome to the WSJM video live stream for our morning show on Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday, December 13th. We are live, and that was not the case like 2 or 3 hours ago when I got here. When I got here 3 hours ago, there had been a power outage. There was a generator making really loud noises outside. And had to wake the engineer and get him in here, and he did. Terry Green. Thank you very much, Terry, for coming in. We appreciate you. And by the time Mike got in, we got everything back in order. Just a couple other switches needed to be flipped, and then now we've got the morning show.
Nice.
So we feel good about that. Although Terry came up with the best joke ever when Mike just arrived. He said, "So you're the one that tripped over the power cord."
Yeah, and I was like, what? Huh?
You thought you did.
I did. I could have. I guess I could have.
No, it happened before you even woke up, before I woke up this morning. But
everything, if the power ever goes out, I know where I'm coming.
Well, I mean, we do have redundancies and backup systems, but sometimes the things that are supposed to protect the redundancies and the backup systems. Sorry, they were just showing video footage again of that thing we were talking about. So but one of them, I don't know, a fuse blew or something like that, so we had to bring in the heavy guns, the heavy artillery to fix everything.
Big generator. I'm just thinking I'm going to need to stop at Ace Hardware and get a long cord to run to my house if the power goes out.
It brings up another good point about the whole EV thing. If you have an electric vehicle and power goes out,
right? No, exactly.
I mean, you lived in Florida for a period of time. What happens to the power when you have hurricanes?
It goes out.
It goes out.
And tropical storms and
if you want to evacuate,
right? If you're going to evacuate, and then all of a sudden everybody's wanting to charge, which yeah. So last September we went out to a wedding in California, and my wife thought, based on the gas prices in California, it would be a brilliant idea to rent an electric vehicle.
Oh,
so we rented a Tesla.
How'd that go?
They're fun to drive. Can say that. Very peppy, and fun, but their mileage is based on like everything in a vacuum, right? So it has to be perfect. So if you're going to get 400 miles in a charge, you're not driving into the wind, you're not having the AC on, you don't have more than 2 passengers.
Wait a sec, what? No AC?
Yeah, AC takes it way down. So we were actually late. Obviously, you have 6 people going to a wedding. But we had gone out there for this wedding. That was the whole reason why we were there.
Yeah.
We're late, so I am hustling down the highway.
Why are you late?
Because we're traveling with females.
Oh, ouch!
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
So they were late. So I'm hustling down the air conditioning on, going down. We get to within like 10 miles of the wedding, and the car tells us that we have like 12 miles left on the charge. And
when you're getting to the wedding,
oh
no,
and the nearest charging unit we just passed, that's like 5 miles back.
Oh geez.
So we can take a shot and go making the wedding, but then there's no charger there, and so we decided to go back and charge, and to charge takes an hour.
Yeah, at least, and that's not even a full church, I'm sure.
Right. So we missed the ceremony.
Oh no, the whole reason you went out to California was for the wedding,
right? We missed it.
Oh no.
So needs to say it was, and just you go charge, especially out there. There's these big charging stations at Target and all this other stuff, and you sit there, but it's back. You got to wait. You got to wait your turn. You got to go in there, and then you sit there for an hour and charge. And
you have to talk to people.
No, you can just sit in your car.
Okay, that's good. Because I can imagine, especially if you're out in the car, hey man,
right,
nice ride.
But there were like, so out in California, there are people who have their own kind of like bootleg car rentals places.
Oh,
so that they just have vehicles and they're
hold that thought,
okay?
Because I've got to get back on the air and do news. He goes silent. All right, we'll be right back with more in just a moment on the WSJM Morning Show.
For yourself or a loved one this holiday season. For an exclusive offer, go to bioptimizers.com/radio and use promo code radio during checkout to save 10% and transform your health. That's bioptimizers.com/radio.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It is the WSJM Morning Show, and I'm Ken Lundberg. And what are you doing over there?
I'm logging on to. I got notified.
Okay, once again,
live because I followed, and subscribed, and
that I'm Ken Lundberg, and over there making noise with his smartphone is Mike Weibel. It's smartphone in name only.
Well, it's why I'm smart, is because I have a phone.
7:05 is the time. 18 degrees in Benton Harbor. 18 true degrees.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, we were saying 18 degrees, but the actual is -8, -9. Not today.
As Sammy would say, no cap.
Right. Yes, that was a reference to last week's show when we had Samuel on the show. So that was a lot of fun.
Psych was live.
That's right. It's 19 degrees
actually. It's what Psych was
19 degrees in St. Joseph, 18 in South Haven, Buchanan 12 degrees, New Buffalo 18 degrees, only 11 degrees right now in Niles and in Dowagiac. But again, they're above zero, so we feel good about that. The weather forecast for today, it's going to be cloudy for a period of time, but then we're going to get to some partly sunny skies today. You should be able to see some blue skies today.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, 28 degrees for a high, east winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, unfortunately, it's going to be mostly cloudy again with a low around 22. The reason I say unfortunately is because the Geminids meteor shower.
I was reading about that this morning.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
wrapping up.
The peak is today and tomorrow.
Right.
The peak of the meteor shower, when you're going to be able to see somewhere between 120 and 150 meteors per hour, the yellowish streaks in the sky. Which that doesn't sound good at all. That is supposed to be tonight and tomorrow, and unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have some cloudy skies. If you happen to notice clear skies tonight after sundown, look for the meteors.
Right. They say look away from the moon.
Yeah, because the moon is bright and it will not help you see the meteors.
Right. Well, they did say 2:00 is like the best time in the morning to go out and look.
It will be because the moon will have set by then.
Yeah.
Because the moon does a set, just like the sun sets.
Yes, correct.
The moon sets, and so you'll be able to see that.
So it'll be like, we said like 100 streakers an hour, right?
Between 120 and 150 streakers an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's worth getting up for.
Wearing nothing at all, just meteors streaking across the sky. The forecast for tomorrow, Saturday, I should mention that it's going to rain. Tomorrow's forecast for Saturday, 40% chance of rain during the day, 100% chance of rain at night. High around 43 degrees, southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Open the rain barrel. Capture some rain. It's a good time.
Right.
Sunday's forecast, mostly cloudy. 40% chance of rain showers, high around 45. And then Monday, mostly cloudy, a chance of rain showers during the day, becoming 80% chance of rain at night. But the high on Monday, it's still unbelievable. We're going to get at 50 degrees. And here we are on December 13th. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom this hour. The Berrien County Board of Commissioners will soon seek options on refinancing a loan that has been taken out for a drainage project in Chickaming and New Buffalo townships. Speaking at their Thursday meeting, County Administrator Brian Dissett said the street drain project, which is mostly in Chickaming Township, is a $15.2 million effort to reduce flooding. However, he said the Berrien County Drain Commissioner's Office obtained a private 20-year loan with a 5.7% interest rate to pay for it. This caught the administrator's attention.
There are residents dealing with flooding. County administration is no way arguing that there's not a need for the project. The argument is on the use of that 5.72% loan over a 20-year period.
Dissett said the county should be able to refinance the loan with its full faith and credit and get a much lower municipal rate, perhaps somewhere around 3.5%. He said, as things stand right now, once the loan payments begin next year, Berrien County's share of the project will cost about $3.6 million over 20 years. It's estimated with the lower rate, the project's total cost could be reduced by $4.5 million. County Commissioner Bob Harrison also had questions regarding the Drain Commissioner's office and that loan.
Are there other high interest rate debt that he's procured for projects? And do we have a sense of whether if he's done that, are there others that might be suitable for refinancing?
Dissett said questions around refinancing high interest rate loans signed for by the outgoing Drain Commissioner will be studied once the new Drain Commissioner takes office. That's George McManus. He takes office in January. Dissett said that he invited the current Drain Commissioner Christopher Quatrin, who signed the loans, to Thursday's meeting, but Quatrin declined to attend. Quatrin did send a statement to WSJM after the story ran initially online, and he said, quote, he called it fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah, but I mean, the facts are there. Other news that we're following today, the lame duck legislative session in Lansing is nearing its end, and there's plenty happening in the Michigan House. State Representative Brad Paquette of Niles tells us with Democrats holding total control for a few more weeks, they're talking all about all kinds of bills. How about the minimum wage? Well, restaurants are pushing for lawmakers to dial back that coming wage hike for tipped workers that they say, the owners of the restaurants say, will drive them out of business and cause servers to earn less money than they do now. Paquette says that issue may not be resolved by the end of the lame duck session.
I think they want to kind of shove it in our laps when we are able to take the gavels back as we take majority back here next term. So I think they want to just put the issue on our plate and focus on some of their very, very left-leaning progressive agenda right now.
Republicans will take control of the House in January while the Democrats still hold the Senate. With so many issues being discussed in Lansing now, Paquette's pushing for a reform that would require a 2/3 majority vote to get anything passed during a lame duck session.
We need to limit what happens during this time because there's a lower standard of accountability with a lot of legislators who are leaving. So this is something that I'm very much in favor of a whole bunch of structural ethics changes.
I mean, so we talked about this a little bit yesterday with our guest on the morning show, John Prose. He's a former state senator.
Yep.
And I asked the question of, would you support an effort to require a 2/3 majority for anything that needs to be passed during a lame duck session? And he said, absolutely not, because members are elected and they're elected to a full term, and they should have the regular, opportunity to vote on those things during that period of time. Thoughts?
Well, my thing is why does all this stuff come running up to the end? It's
Absolutely.
It almost sounds like you get the phone call that your uncle's stopping by on Saturday, and so you have to hurry up and clean the house.
Right.
But if you knew he was coming, why are we rushing at the last minute to get this stuff done if we had all this time to deal with it? It just sounds like
you're not suggesting politics have anything to do with it.
Yes, I am. And I'm like, and again, what? I mean, that's what they're there for, is to get stuff done. And now within 2 weeks, they're trying to get all these bills passed.
They're considering 100 bills,
right? Which is insane.
Yeah, it does seem as if, okay, on the one hand, yes, you're right that a member is elected to a full term, and they should have no quashing of their powers, no restrictions of their power during that term. But at the same time, we all know what happens after an election. People try to get if they're voted out of office, they try to have their last hurrah to get things through that either they think is right or that will anyway, without impugning motive.
Right.
You're right. If it was good enough to pass in the lame duck session, why wasn't it good enough to consider it and pass during regular session?
Right. Just like this whole thing with minimum wage and tips and taxation.
Right.
I mean, everybody's been talking about that for 6 months, and now within the last 2 weeks, we need to jump on that. Why wasn't that taken care of?
Well, no, they committed to jumping on it, but there were some members who were saying, wait until after the election because I can't vote to fix it now because it'll be controversial for the labor groups. After the election, then I'll vote for it. But now that commitment has just been thrown out the window too.
Right.
So they're just going to push it into the next session, which, whatever, fine. We'll see what happens. And the unfortunate part of it is the folks who are at the other end of it, the restaurant owners and the restaurant workers, are going to have to potentially pay a price.
Right.
Yeah, there's some uncertainty there. All right, let's do a couple more news stories just for fun, just because that's what we're doing right now.
Because we're News Talk Sports.
As the holidays approach, the Berrien County Sheriff's Department is reminding people to take important steps to ensure an enjoyable and safe holiday season. Under Sheriff Greg Sanders offered some tips on how to protect yourself and your loved ones during this festive time of year.
It's important to inspect any kind of decorations or lights before you hang them up, just to make sure that they're working properly. A big thing is to keep live Christmas trees watered so they don't dry out. Use ladders when hanging up lights and always keep 3 points of contact.
You hear that last one? keep 3 points of contact when you're hanging lights. Do you keep 3 points of contact?
No.
Why not? You should always have. This is something. Have you ever done plumbing? You ever do a DIY plumbing?
Yes.
You ever have a wrench and you try to tighten a pipe or a nut or something like that, and it loses grip and it scratches stuff all up?
Yep.
That's because you didn't have 3 points of contact.
Okay.
Like the wrench with the pipe wrench.
Yeah.
That you should always have 3 points of contact. The jaws, which have those serrated edges on them, and then the back of it. Though, if you have 3 points of contact on that and you're wrenching something with a pipe wrench, you don't lose grip. You don't lose traction. Same for when you're climbing the ladder. Always maintain 3 points. You're looking at me like I'm speaking a foreign language here.
Yeah, kind of am. Yeah. I'm just thinking about that 3 points of contact. I was like, okay, when I was hanging lights a couple weeks ago and I was on the ladder.
Yeah.
So I've got.
I'm just envisioning you on top of the ladder with 1 foot on the ladder, the other foot balancing, and 2 hands trying to hang the lights.
So my wife says I'm not allowed to do that, and so I would never do that.
Wink,
while
wink.
She's watching.
Yeah, wink, wink.
Right.
All right. So anyway, 3 points of contact. I think what they're talking about there is you've got 2 feet on the ladder. That's 2 points of contact, and then the third should be one of your hands is like hanging on to not the rain gutter. You don't want to hang on to the rain gutter because that thing's going to fall down if you hang on to it.
So if you hold on to the rain gutter and you're on the ladder and you're trying to hang the lights, then you hold them in your mouth while you're getting yourself up.
And make sure they're powered up at the time. Do not do that because you're going to electrocute yourself.
But you won't fall.
Maybe just hire somebody. Just hire somebody. Take the stress out. I'm stressed out.
Go to hangmylights.com.
If you let's see, phone scams are also a thing during the holiday season. So if Sanders emphasizes the importance of keeping your travel plans private, have you heard this one?
Yeah.
Keep your travel plans private so people don't know when you're traveling and when you're going to be out of house. That includes on social media. People love to say, hey, I'm about to leave my house open for 2 weeks.
I'm leaving for a couple days.
No, just post it when you get back. Be patient. And only purchase holiday gifts from reputable websites. Yeah. If you don't shop local, you should shop local first. And then if you need to do something on the web, only make sure it's a reputable website. Don't just click links in your email because an email might come in and it might look like it's a reputable shop.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it probably is a reputable shop. But do you really? Well, maybe not 9 times. That's a pretty high percentage. Anyway, just go out of your email and find the website and then find the deal.
I actually bought my wife one year a Coach purse online.
Yeah.
It was a great deal.
Yeah.
Great deal. But I mean, the site was exactly like if you went out and went back in a
counterfeit.
The whole thing was, and so I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I actually did get it like weeks later, but it was not an actual Coach. It was a knockoff. But I called Coach and I was like, hey, I went on your website and they're like, hey, give me the website address. And I'm like, well, it was www.coach.uk. And they're like, there you go. There you go. So yeah, you got to be careful.
You know, that company up the hill, Whirlpool Corporation, they deal with a lot of fraud like that for their KitchenAid small appliances, stand mixers and stuff like that. Counterfeit.
And they take the website and basically
they spoof it.
Yeah. Exactly.
They spoof it. They make it. They steal all the images. They put it up. And with AI these days,
it's even worse,
even quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. One more story. So just to wrap up the last one, if you receive a call from someone requesting any payments over the phone, especially during the holiday season, because they'll use the whole, oh, well, your gift's not going to get delivered because your credit card was declined to give it to us again. Don't do it.
No.
Just figure out how you can verify it and do it the right way. Just hang up. You can also report the situation to the sheriff's office for assistance. Finally, animals. Let's talk animals, and then we'll get to our regularly scheduled programming. Friends of Berrien County Animal Services has received a grant to help reduce overcrowding at the Berrien County Animal Shelter. Friends board member Catherine Francis tells us the Best Friends Animal Society has awarded the group $20,000 to operate a foster program at the shelter.
Interesting.
And more fostering. This is good. And she says that way, dogs can go to live with families temporarily while they await adoption.
Something we haven't really had in the past is a robust foster program. What we want to do is get animals out of the shelter and into homes.
Francis says going hand in hand with the new foster program will be the hiring of behavior training experts to work with the less well-behaved dogs.
So if we can work on the behavior of some of the dogs, get them some training, be able to assess their behavior and help get them to be better fits for the families, we can hopefully increase our adoptions and decrease our return rates.
Honestly, I think the behavior training really needs to be for the pet handlers, not the dogs.
Usually that's the case, yeah.
Francis says a pilot foster program was tried over Thanksgiving weekend with 4 dogs being sent into homes. It was a success, they say, with 3 out of the 4 dogs actually being adopted by their foster families.
Oh.
So the program at the Berrien County Animal Services is also a way for potential dog owners to try it out before committing to a full adoption. Francis says anyone who wants to foster a dog can by contacting Animal Services. She adds that Friends of Berrien County Animal Services has also donated $10,000 of its own to the shelter so it can find a volunteer adoption coordinator.
Have you seen where they do the adoptions for service people?
No.
They're so if somebody gets stationed or deployed overseas,
yes,
you can basically volunteer to foster their dog for the time that they're gone.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool thing.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Although I get so attached to dogs.
I know that would be the thing. That's the only thing that would be really hard to do is just not, they come back and you're glad they're back. But after a year, they're deployed for a year. Now all of a sudden, you got to give the dog
That
back.
is a good service to have. That's a good service to have, though. And a nice problem to have when you have more than, more families ready to take care of animals, especially for folks who are in the armed services.
Yeah.
And we should also mention we had Becky Cooper from Animal Aid of Southwest Michigan in recently, and they handle primarily cat adoptions. They don't do the dog adoptions, so this is a good program to hear about.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And dogs and cats. It's raining dogs and cats all over the place. All right, it's WSJM Morning Show. We're going to talk cookies in just a couple of minutes right here. But first, we're going to
Cookie Talk Day.
Yeah, Cookie Talk on WSJM. We've got sports right now, and we'll have more on the live stream, starting on the live stream with cookies in just a moment.
A top 10 women's college basketball game in South Bend last night.
Okay, how we doing?
We're good. We're doing good, I think. Very good. We're good.
I've got to get some of these things in. Okay, that one. All right. Did I play that one? All right.
Play it again.
All right, I'll play that one. Are you excited about your cookies? Let's talk about. So recount the bet. What was the bet? Who came up with the bet?
The bet was based on the forecast that day of snowflakes, and you said it's not. We're not going to get snow.
We were talking around Thanksgiving. It was before Thanksgiving.
Right.
It was warm. And we had experienced warm temperatures for a good period of time, so it didn't look like it was going to snow.
No. So it wasn't an accumulation bet. It was a bet on flakes. If there was flakes.
That's how you're interpreting it now.
No, that's exactly how it was. And so it was chilly outside. I went out to let the dogs out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing flakes. No, that can't be it. And I waited, and I saw again. So then I went out with my phone and waited. It took like 5 times to capture flakes on my video.
Oh.
And then once I finally caught a good one, then I sent it to you to prove the fact that it was snowflaking.
And what he sent me,
it was volcanic ash.
Yeah, what he sent me, what Mike sent me on his video phone, because his video was so poor quality, looked like a fireplace ash or volcanic ash. Good morning.
Because there's all these volcanoes around.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Mike. Mike says hello.
Hey to Bill.
Diane says hello. And then Bill says good morning to Diane. Let's get back on the air here. We'll talk about the cookies. Is now a good time to talk about the cookies?
Yeah.
You should eat one on the air.
I have one ready.
Oh, look at you. All right. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Cookie Talk, WSJM.
Mostly cloudy skies this morning with a few flurries, but partly sunny this afternoon. Still a chilly day. We end up at 28 this afternoon. 22 tonight with mostly cloudy skies. And Saturday, we start out with some sunshine. We see clouds and rain showers by Saturday night with high temperatures up around 40. We'll be in the mid-40s on Sunday. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
It's 7:24. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. Ken Lundberg here. Hope you're enjoying your Friday the 13th so far. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th. Ooh. You going to watch a scary movie tonight?
No.
Okay. Mike Weibel is here with me this morning, and somebody said that they don't watch scary movies any time of the year. I love scary movies all times of the year, and I don't think it really qualifies as a scary movie. But my wife Stephanie, she sent me a link. I don't know if it was overnight. She sent me a link that within the last day that said we should watch this. Because she's all about the Christmas movies right now.
Yeah.
And this one...
You're the one that got me into that whole Hot Frosty
Hot
thing.
Frosty is a great movie. It's going to go down as a classic, right next to Citizen Kane.
No.
Citizen Candy Cane?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, Stephanie sent me a link to a movie that Santa has been kidnapped, I think by terrorists.
Really?
Yeah, and secret agents have to go rescue him.
Maybe that's what the drones are for.
That could be.
Over New Jersey. They're looking for Santa.
You know, Santa has to, maybe that's what you're right. Maybe Santa has the drones.
Yeah.
And because
that's how he's figuring out who's naughty and nice.
Who's nice.
And New Jersey's probably got a lot of naughty in it.
And the drones got stuck. No, this one is it's on Prime. It's called Red One in theaters everywhere.
Oh, and I've seen that.
After Santa Claus is kidnapped, the North Pole's head of security must team up with a notorious hacker in a globe-trotting, action-packed mission to save Christmas. Yeah, it's called Red One.
That just makes you want to pour a cup of hot cocoa.
It makes me want to walk the dog. Get away from the TV, walk the dog.
Russell!
Poor Russell. Russell and I were hanging out solo last night because Stephanie was at her holiday cookie party.
Oh,
is either the 10th or 11th.
From?
That's where those are from. So yeah, so
special.
Mike and I had a bet around Thanksgiving that I bet it wouldn't snow. Mike bet it would snow, and he found like the flake that fell over Thanksgiving. Man. The flake. I think you
should be the drink.
You probably got like you probably had a hairbrush out. And you were brushing your hair furiously. It's like, oh look, flakes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Anyway, so it snowed.
My long locks of
there
hair.
was actually precipitation in the form of snow on Thanksgiving, so I lost the bet, and I paid up today. What is it? 3 weeks later,
a month ago,
6 cookies, and I didn't have to make the cookies. Stephanie actually preferred that I stay out of the kitchen for the cookie making, and so she made peanut butter fluffernutters. That's what you're looking at right there.
Cool.
Peanut butter fluffernutters. And she took, I think, 60 of those to, or maybe she took 3. I don't know. She took a whole bunch to the holiday party, and everyone who attends the cookie holiday party, they do an exchange. They do math to figure out how many. Everyone had brought this many cookies. Here's how many we can take of other people's cookies.
Okay.
And so she made special cookies. Go ahead and try it. You want to try it?
Yeah.
This is a peanut butter fluffernutter, which is like a peanut butter cookie, and it has marshmallows in it. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Very good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
What's the review? Give us a review.
I would give it what's the scale?
I don't know.
Elves.
You make it up. It's your
I would say it's 9.5 out of 10 elves.
9.5.
Yeah.
Where'd she lose the half a point?
Well, the first bite. Nobody's got a 10.
So the marshmallows, by the way, did you get a marshmallow already? Was it good?
Oh.
That was a vegan marshmallow.
Really?
Yeah, because the regular marshmallows, they have gelatin in them typically, and we don't do that. So
you don't do gelatin?
No, because that's horse hooves and it's boiled down, and that's what a thickener is. Yeah.
Well, now you just ruined gelatin for everybody, didn't you?
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, because Anyway, but yeah, it's really good. I like it.
Oh.
So peanut butter fluffernutters, and she came home with a whole sack of other good cookies from the others who attended. Yeah, the other people. So I'll gain 20 pounds over the weekend.
Yeah. Thanks, Stephanie. These are really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, it costs Ken nothing to bring these cookies.
No, I had to carry them.
You cooked them, you bagged them, you did everything, and then Ken just shows up as if he pays me back.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's the settling of the bet. So it is done. Other news that we're following today. What else? What else do you want to talk about? We got a couple minutes here. Oh, children and the flu shot. So,
wow, that's random.
It is a random thing, but it needs to be talked about because, as a kid, did you ever want to get a shot?
No.
As an adult, do you ever want to get a shot?
Not really. No.
Okay, but you do because it's good for you.
Yep. And
I've been getting the flu shot for a number of years, and I know that it has prevented me from getting as sick as others, because I've seen others who do not get the flu shot and they catch the flu and they get really sick. And, you know, if I'm around them, I don't get as sick.
Right.
I might get sick.
Right.
I might not get sick at all. I don't get as sick. Children, unfortunately, the rate of children getting flu vaccinations continues going down. And
people are kind of freaked out about vaccinations.
Vaccinations in general.
Yeah.
But, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, people were worried about some of the preservatives in vaccines, thinking it was causing autism, and other, which as a parent, it can be incredibly scary.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, well, do I want them to get this debilitating disease, or do I want to? Yeah. So I mean, it's a Sophie's choice. It's not good.
And there are, I mean, as far as the FDA, there are acceptable side effects,
right?
As long as the number is not too. Which,
as a parent, do you want that?
Right? Do I want to even take risk of?
Yeah, you don't.
Some type of Bell's palsy or these other things.
Scary stuff. Scary stuff. So a record number of kids died from the flu last year, and even so, the percentage of children getting flu shots continues to plummet. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported this week that as of the end of November, just over a third of U.S. kids, 37%, had gotten flu shots. That's down from 43% at the same time last year. The downward trend worries pediatricians, who are starting to see an uptick in flu cases. Just over half of the kids got the flu shot during the 23-24 season, which was the lowest rate in 12 years. Let's see. This year's flu shot covers the two main strains of the virus circulating so far, which are H1N1. I thought that was avian. And H3N2. A preliminary report released in October suggested the flu shot's effectiveness at keeping kids age 5 and younger out of the hospital may be on the lower end at just 39%. Last year's shot was estimated to be up to 61% effective at preventing hospitalization. So, I mean, it is always a gamble. You wonder, are they going to predict the right strains to get rid of?
Right.
But I don't know. Better safe than sorry.
Well, and it just is, especially, you don't think about people dying of the flu, but they do all the time.
Every year.
Yeah.
Every year. Let's see. Doctors are also saying fewer flu shots and an unusually long flu season are some of the factors that you see for the flu deaths. Let's see. CDC recommends an annual flu shot for everyone 6 months and older. For most, that's a single shot. Kids who have only had one shot may need 2, 4 weeks apart to be considered fully vaccinated. So, I mean, there's that. And I've got a couple other stories about bird flu vaccine, and then some bird flu deaths of animals happening in Arizona. So we'll talk about those stories and more. We've got to get back on track here. We've got the Bloomberg Market Minute here in just a moment. We'll have our ABC News. We'll have our local news, our weather, our sports, and a whole lot more right here on WSJM. We'll also continue chit-chatting on the video live stream right now. That's where we'll talk about the bird flu vaccine.
Okay.
Because this is a weird one. Ooh. Because the White House, speaking of lame ducks, the Biden administration coming out with a whole number of lawsuits, the pardons and commutations, which every president does at the end of their term. But now they came out with a statement saying they have no current plans to authorize a stockpiled bird flu vaccine. Who knew they were even thinking about that?
Right.
So
wasn't even a conversation we were aware of.
Right. So we'll talk about that.
We decided against that.
Yeah.
What?
We'll talk about that on the video live stream. We'll start that conversation right now on WSJM.
Winter is here, and it's time to winterize your car. Don't.
Hey, by the way, we're not going to stockpile bird flu vaccine.
Right.
Where did that come from?
Because you don't want it. Nobody wants it. So
yeah.
We're not going to
stockpile. Are they trying reverse psychology on us?
Maybe that's
like, no, we're not going to stockpile. Wait a second.
Right.
You're not going to.
I want my vaccine.
Give me my bird flu vaccine. Biden administration officials said this week that they have no current plans to authorize a stockpiled bird flu vaccine, despite an escalating outbreak among livestock in the U.S. and at least 58 human infections across 7 states, including Michigan.
I just would like to say that after that awesome cookie that your wife made.
Yes.
I really like to open up an ice cold bubbly.
It's a Michael Bublé drink. That's what it is.
So refreshing. Be nice if they would sponsor Ken and Friends Morning Show.
Are you sending these video clips to them? You should if you're not.
I'm going to.
You should.
We're going to be like pilfering them with
Are you looking for truckloads of the stuff to get delivered?
Yeah, I want a whole like refrigerator here with
just a mini, like a Bublé refrigerator.
Yeah.
Michael Bublé.
Hand comes out, his hand rolls out.
Every time you open it, he starts crooning.
Exactly.
Biden administration officials say the move, let's see, they're not going to stockpile stuff, even though bird flu remains going round and round. The move means any decisions about a bird flu vaccine will likely be left to health officials in the incoming Trump administration, who may be led by anti-vaccine activist Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whom Trump has picked to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Do you think that's why they put this out there, the Biden administration? They put this out there to kind of start poking at Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Sense. Yeah.
I tell you, can't people just get along?
Yeah, we're gonna let him decide what to do. We would have done it, but we decided to let them decide.
Yeah. We'd like to, but we just don't have enough time.
Right.
Let's see. The virus has been spreading in dairy cows since the spring. It's infected at least 774 herds in 16 states as of Wednesday of this week. That's according to the CDC. Last Friday, the Agriculture Department stepped up its response to the outbreak, issuing another federal order mandating testing of the national milk supply. Because out in California, where they were drinking the unpasteurized milk, people were finding, this doesn't, something's going on here. I don't know if it's in the milk or not. They tested the raw milk, the unpasteurized milk, and they found bird flu in the milk supply. And so they got rid of the unpasteurized milk.
Yeah.
Well, is the pasteurization working? And what does that mean for cheese? Now I'm worried about cheese because I love cheese.
It makes you wonder. I mean, like, how long does that virus survive?
Yeah. Under what conditions? All right, let's get back on the air here. Hang on just a sec.
33. The NASDAQ fell 132. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Good morning. It's Friday the 13th, 7:37. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel. It's 17 degrees in Benton Harbor, 19 degrees in St. Joseph, 18 degrees in South Haven. Let's see. I'm looking at, okay. Sorry, I was getting a message from Samuel. He has a soccer game tonight. It's probably at 10 o'clock at night.
S-Dog reached out?
Well, he always reaches out. He's my son.
I know.
But he doesn't reach out to you?
Not yet. Not yet. But
anyway, we're talking about bird flu.
Just call.
We'll continue talking about bird flu on the WSJM Morning Show here in just a moment. But we do have some more news to get to. ABC national and world news, and then we'll have the latest from our WSJM newsroom.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. A United Healthcare spokesman tells ABC the man suspected of killing the insurance giant CEO Brian Thompson was not a United Healthcare member. Prosecutors in New York are presenting evidence to a grand jury as they try to secure an indictment against Luigi Mangione. ABC's Aaron Katursky has more.
His supporters are donating tens of thousands of dollars to online legal defense funds, including one set up anonymously on GiveSendGo. The group saying we are not here to celebrate violence, but we do believe in the constitutional right to fair legal representation.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken's in Turkey is working to prevent a power vacuum in Syria after the collapse of Bashar Assad's government. Elected officials in New Jersey are criticizing the federal government response to reports of drone sightings. Federal officials say there's no evidence of a national security threat. And President-elect Donald Trump's invited Chinese leader Xi Jinping to his inauguration next month. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:39 is the time. I'm Ken Lundberg. Mike Weibel is here with me this morning. The breaking news is that it was the 12th holiday cookie party that Stephanie attended last night. The 12th. Not the 10th or 11th, as I had earlier mentioned.
12th this year?
No. The 12th annual. Yeah, the 12th annual.
I was going to say there might be some type of a cookie issue if she's gone to 12 cookie exchanges this year.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? There were a couple of years where they had to hop over. I think COVID was one of the years, and in logistics and coordination and all that other stuff. But this is the 12th annual cookie party that they've had.
Wow, that's
12 years of cookies, homemade cookies going strong. Mostly homemade cookies. Yeah.
Here comes a rumor.
I don't know, but I was
Somebody
told that
giving their Christmas cookies to say Oreo on them.
There may have been store-bought cookies at last night's party.
Oh, that's
Yep.
embarrassment.
People are busy. People are busy, Mike.
No,
People are busy.
That's
out
an
there.
excuse.
But the peanut
that's
butter,
unwelcome.
the peanut butter fluffernutters were homemade.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And I lobbied for anything with peanut butter in it.
Yeah. Well,
because I like peanut butter cookies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like peanut butter.
Some of the news that we're following in the WSJM newsroom that we'll bring to you at 8 o'clock this morning. Around 150 people were on hand for the first day of a housing summit organized by the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. It happened yesterday in St. Joseph. The chamber and its partners welcomed author Chuck Marone of the nonprofit Strong Towns to talk about ways communities can address the housing shortage. Among those in attendance was Bridgman's city manager, Juan Ganoum, who said that there's probably not a single town in Michigan that hasn't already made this a priority. And so it's good to have that conversation. And here's some new ideas about what other communities are successfully doing to bring in housing without upending how the communities feel.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. Go ahead.
As Berrien County Sheriff's Department said, don't burn down your house.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have safety rules for
that's a good way to
safety
preserve
tips.
housing is don't burn it down.
Yeah, safety tips for holidays. Other news that we're following, the Berrien County Board of Commissioners is going to look at how to refinance a $15.2 million loan.
How much?
$15.2 million.
Wow.
That's the loan.
That's a loan.
Yeah.
Was that on like a Visa card or
might as well have been. So the Berrien County Board of Commissioners is going to seek ways to refinance a loan that's paying for a drainage project in Chickaming and New Buffalo. They were looking at the issue yesterday, and they found out that the loan for the drain project was secured by the outgoing drain commissioner at private market rates. So basically at about a 5.7% interest rate, whereas the county has the ability to borrow under municipal rates.
Yeah.
And they think they can cut the project cost by more than $4 million over the course of 20 years.
So why didn't they just do that the first time?
Because the drain commissioner office is an autonomous office and often has the ability to sign the government up for stuff that it would not agree with. So we'll have more on that coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. And then also from the WSJM newsroom, we have a story about the Southwest Michigan Symphony Orchestra. They're launching a new fundraising campaign as it seeks some grant matching opportunities. Basically, they're launching an SOS, Save Our Symphony.
Oh,
yeah. So
Save Our Symphony.
We'll talk a little bit about that.
Well, you don't get donations unless you toot your own horn.
Ah, you're so bad. That was a flat note. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I know. I kind of thought it was sharp.
You're on fire today. 8 o'clock is when we'll talk about those stories and more. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We've got sports. That's coming up after a look at state news from the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher, a college basketball.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, you were saying that was unfortunate about that fatality.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of so my youngest son went to school at Michigan Tech. And so every holiday, everybody's traveling home and traveling back. And especially when you get over the bridge, those roads up there in the wintertime can be very treacherous.
Oh, yeah.
And it would not be uncommon to have somebody get killed on the way back to school because it's just difficult. Long roads out there, log trucks, things like that. And
I get nervous around this area.
I know, but I mean
visibility issues, slick roads, and that kind of, I can't even imagine up north. If my kid were going up north, I'd say stay there.
Right.
I would take away their vehicle. You stay there. Here's a pair of snowshoes to get to the store. I'll come up and visit you from time to time when the roads are good.
We went up there one year for their winter festival.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun, except as we were driving in, we stayed in just outside of Houghton. And as we drove in, the guy in the news is like, it's a beautiful day today. It's 10 degrees and the sun's out. A beautiful day for outdoor activities.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So when we got there, it was so sunny. I had sunglasses on.
Yeah.
It was so cold with the wind
that
the metal frames were on my thing were hurting my face.
Yeah, they were probably frozen to your face.
Yeah,
Ouch.
no, it was brutal. But
Yikes.
that's just the way it is. You get used to it up there, and
it
was no big deal to him.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind the cold so much as long as you can have proper preparation, like a coat and everything else. And I especially love if there's a fresh snow and it's 10 degrees and there's sunshine.
Yeah,
nothing more beautiful. It's just gorgeous. It's like pictures.
I knew a guy at one time that was an architect in Chicago, and he said his favorite time of year is wintertime.
Yeah,
when it fresh snow downtown Chicago and it's very cold, and he goes and you walk and it crunches, and he goes and with the buildings it kind of echoes.
Yeah,
he goes it's just it's like being in another world. He goes it's my favorite time of year.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Have you ever snowshoed?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I love snowshoeing. Have you ever? So what kind of snowshoes did you have? There are two kinds of snowshoes. One that's loud, typically the rental kind, and they're the quiet ones. Like, everything from the woven ones that you see in the old movies, they still use them today, to the new tech ones, which are just aluminum tube frame that have like a vinyl leatherette.
Right, that's
in
what
between
we
them.
use. Yeah, the sport ones.
So those are the quiet ones. They have the MSR ones, which are the loud. They're basically formed pieces of plastic.
Crunch.
If you want to go and look at the animals with those on, not going to happen.
No.
Yeah, but they're good if you're worried about bears. But snowshoeing, that is a lot of fun.
I haven't gone in a couple of years, but we used to go a lot down in Grand Mere.
Yeah,
on the Grand Mere, especially at night.
Put
the headlamp on and be out there at night, and you get you're up there on the dune and you see the lake and you can see Chicago,
see the submarines and the drones. Yeah,
right, and the drones. Yeah, that's great. Sturgeon.
The sturgeon. Let's go watch some sturgeon, honey. Yeah. All right. It's a kid's show, so we better stop. Let's see. To conclude, let's take a look and see what's happening on the video live stream, folks. Diane says, hello, everyone. Have a great day. Let's see. Bill says that looks stupid, mostly because it has The Rock in it. Well, I wonder what she's talking about. What he's talking about there.
I don't know.
That looks stupid, mostly because it has The Rock in it.
Oh, The Rock meaning Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, the movie. Yes. Thank you.
I'm here for you.
See, I think you're in charge of the comments. Let's see. Teresa says, "Oh, Ken, did you bring Mike's cookies?" I did, Teresa.
She did.
The peanut butter fluffernutters. Stephanie says, "My fluffernutters are famous. Happy Friday the 13th, all." Yes, the fluffernutters.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, she made them.
They're good.
I asked if I could help.
She said, 9.
No.
9.
9. Out.
I will make the cookies.
Oct. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, all right. So
so video live stream people, if you're out there, what is your favorite Christmas cookie? We want to know.
That's a great question.
Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah. Favorite Christmas cookie. And don't say Oreo.
No.
Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Although Oreos are pretty good.
But you could be like a gingerbread cookie or a sugar cookie.
Well, I already know your favorite is sugar cookies. That's what you said anyway.
Yeah. At Christmas time, yeah. That's
Oh, do you have a different favorite cookie when it's not Christmas time?
A generic time, it's going to be a chocolate chip cookie.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not a big gingerbread fan.
What about oatmeal raisin?
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, oatmeal raisin is very good. Very good.
Yeah, oatmeal raisin is probably among my favorite.
So we always had this oatmeal.
Are you starting another story?
Yeah.
23 seconds before we have to get back on the air?
Yeah. So we always had this family like oatmeal chocolate chip cookie thing, and we thought it was like this special. It was actually from the back of the Quaker Oats jug.
Oh yeah, secret family recipe.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Mm-hmm. It's a very good recipe.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's get back on the air. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
South of Stevensville.
Mostly cloudy skies this morning with a few flurries, but partly sunny this afternoon. Still a chilly day. We end up at 28 this afternoon, 22 tonight with mostly cloudy skies. And Saturday, we start out with some sunshine. We see clouds and rain showers by Saturday night with high temperatures up around 40. We'll be in the mid-40s on Sunday. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:50, just 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. We'll have the 8 o'clock news from ABC, World and National News. Then we'll have the local news from the WSJM newsroom. Right now, though, it is time for the Moody on the Market update. Yes, it is. It is time for the Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by...
What are we updating?
Well, we're updating people on things that are happening in Southwest Michigan, why we love it here. We're updating people on business business news and happenings, and we're also talking about interesting people you should know. And the Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service.
IMS.
Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency.
And request to speak to Tara Halsey.
Where are they?
In St. Joe.
And
Niles.
Oh,
Niles too.
Yeah. So
they're everywhere.
They are your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And we're talking on the Moody on the Market update today, something you can do this weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Do you ever see the movie Prancer?
Yes.
Do you like the movie Prancer?
I do.
Okay. You can go experience it in one of the towns where it was filmed this weekend. Tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Yeah, Three Oaks is celebrating the 35th anniversary of Prancer this weekend. The Village of Three Oaks celebrating the 35th anniversary of the 1989 film Prancer. It's an all-day event Saturday, and they've called it this in the past, and I love this name, Prancer-Palooza.
Nice.
It's Prancer-Palooza, which will feature festive holiday treats, a photo opportunity with a Prancer look-alike.
Nice.
Because I don't think it's the actual Prancer.
Probably
the news guys brought this to me, and they said, oh, yeah, they're going to have a photo opportunity with Prancer there. I said, no, you're not. Prancer is busy. He's getting ready for the reindeer deliveries.
Yeah. Stretching, doing
he's taking
reindeer,
steroids and
reindeer
doing
stretching,
chin-ups and yoga and stuff like that. Anyway, a Prancer lookalike is going to be at the Prancer-Palooza, and there will also be a chance to experience the village as it appeared in the movie. That's what organizers are billing it.
Back when it was 4 Oaks.
Yeah. No, when it was 2 Oaks. Now it's 3 Oaks.
Oh.
Organizer
I
Richard.
thought maybe they cut down one of the trees.
Organizer Richard Smith mentioned that there will also be special screenings of the Prancer film. They have screenings of the movie at 1 o'clock and at 6 o'clock at the Vickers Theater, located at 6 North Elm Street. See the tree thing there?
Yeah.
Smith says each showing is going to be followed with a panel discussion featuring John Hancock, the director, Rebecca, and Ratunya Alda.
Sure.
Yeah. Highlights of the day include the Prancer Parade, showcasing several cast members, a model of the Village of Three Oaks from the film, and a tribute to those who contributed to the film's creation. Because they had a lot of extras, and so maybe even some members of the Three Oaks community are seen in the movie walking in the background somewhere. So anyway, Prancer-Palooza, 35 years ago.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Neat little thing down the street.
Yeah, so if you want to check that out, the festivities will take place tomorrow, Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And weather-wise, I mean, there's only a 40% chance of rain, so I think they're going to have a good chance of staying dry, at least for the parade.
It's supposed to be nicer, warmer weather, so
it'll definitely be warmer.
It'll be a great day for a parade.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency. Where? In
Niles and St. Joe.
Oh, look at you. Very good. It's the WSJM.
I don't know how Tarek can be in both places at one time, but he's everywhere.
It's let's see, it's 7:54. We've got a few minutes here. Let's take this break, and then we'll come back in just a couple of moments and get us up to the news, okay?
Rich Rand and Tarek Halsey of IMS Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners agency in St. Joseph and Niles, know it means something to have honest, trusted advisors to call.
Tarek and I, we love going to work every day. And
are you done? Did you take your break?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Teresa says Prancer was her brother's favorite movie. Aw. That's nice.
That's very cool.
Teresa also says, those look yummy. All of them. They are. I tell you, they are especially yummy. The peanut butter fluffernutter cookies, holy mackerel! If you want to duplicate the recipe exactly, we used the marshmallows. They're called Dandies.
Dandies,
and they are fantastic. You wouldn't know you're eating a vegan marshmallow. So I don't know how they make marshmallows. I don't know why they have to put gelatin in the regular ones, but I think these taste better.
Yeah, they're good. They're very good.
Yeah, they're very good. But I can't wait to give you a review Monday on all the other cookies.
Oh yeah.
Although Stephanie's probably going to hide them.
Well, or not want you to poorly review a cookie when it might
be
come
friends
back on somebody.
Yeah. Well, sunshine, transparency. It's like sunshine. It cleanses all.
Yeah, there was it was a really good cookie, but I just couldn't get that horse hoof taste out of my mouth.
Oh dear. Yeah. What if there's like beef stock in the cookies?
Right.
Did you know the recipe for McDonald's French fries includes beef stock?
I did.
You knew that?
I did.
How did you know that?
I actually saw it on a Netflix thing about McDonald's a couple years back.
Okay.
That
Super Size Me or whatever?
Yeah, their secret was the beef stock.
That is yeah. So I love the taste of French fries.
And now you know why.
Especially, and I don't eat them anymore. I don't eat those anymore. I make my own, and they're really good. Stephanie's are better, but no. And for those who have listened to the WSJM morning show for any period of time, I grew up in a town where they make one of the places where they make the McDonald's French fries.
Yeah,
at that big factory. I mean, talk about Willy Wonka.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, although it wasn't as cute as Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. The poor potatoes were like marching to their death. It was bad.
So what was the
big masher was like,
don't be a dud spud, be a greater potato.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that was a commercial.
We have to get back
mash potatoes.
We'll be back on the air.
9 WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
That was the masher. I was doing the masher thing.
I know, but this
was a potato masher. All right, it's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel. It's 7:57. It's your typical Friday show.
Yeah.
Even though it's Friday the 13th and we had an auspicious start to the day.
We did. We did.
Well, because for whatever reason, if you're in Benton Harbor and your clocks are flashing, I didn't see reports of a power outage, but for some reason we had a power outage early this morning, and Terry, our engineer, was great enough to take my call at 4 a.m. and come to the station in the 4 o'clock hour and
fix it.
And fix everything. And so anyway, so we got off to an auspicious start, but things have been going off the rails since then. So we're in good shape. We've got ABC News coming up in a couple of minutes. We have our local news from the WSJM newsroom. There's more bird flu happening around the world, including
flying around.
Apparently, there's some cats that died in California because they were drinking the raw, unpasteurized milk. Remember, the humans were drinking
not
it.
Like their cats?
I don't know what's going on. The USDA confirmed several more outbreaks in dairy cattle in California and in poultry flocks in 3 states, and 2 states reported rises in wild bird flu detections. Now, in a statement, the Los Angeles County health officials said 2 cats developed symptoms after consuming raw milk. Their symptoms included appetite loss, fever, and neurologic signs. Both died after the symptoms worsened. Yeah, so apparently influenza A, which is rare in cats, is what they were suffering from after drinking the raw, unpasteurized milk.
So is influenza A, is that the bird flu?
I guess. But what the point here is it costs more money to get the unpasteurized milk because it's a boutique, it's a chic thing. The kids like it. Who's buying that for their cat? I don't understand.
Well, your pets, man. People drop the coin on pets.
I guess you make a good point there. But at the same time, if they're recalling milk for humans because there might be bird flu in it, maybe you don't give it to your cat.
Yeah, but this is the same cat that drinks out of the bird bath. So you would think
cats are drinking out of bird bath?
Sure.
It tastes like bird broth.
Right.
Chicken broth.
Yeah, it's so tasty.
Oh, well. All right. Forecast for today, we're going to have actually some partly sunny skies and then a high around 28 degrees. East winds are going to be 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies tonight, low around 22 degrees, east winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, Saturday, a good chance of rain during the day, 100% chance of rain at night. We'll have the full forecast coming up. It's 8 o'clock. ABC News Now, local news next.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark, the man accused of killing the CEO of United Health.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on the video live stream. Y'all have a great weekend. Let's see. Teresa says, you guys are great. It's my brother-in-law's birthday today. What's your brother-in-law's name? Because
shout out.
We can do a quick shout out.
But you got to help us.
Do you miss Samuel today?
I do.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, he was fun. He misses being here. He kept asking me how he can get back on the show. I said, well, stay in school. You'll be fine.
Stay in school.
Yeah. All right. Well, Teresa, happy birthday to your brother-in-law. Oh, it's Stu? Oh, no, that's Stuart. Hi, Stuart.
Hey.
Good to see you, Stu.
Is it Stu's birthday?
It is not Stu's birthday. Yeah.
Well,
it's not Stu's birthday, but it's still good to see Stuart. He's finishing up his classes before he comes home for his holiday break.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very, very hard worker. We're all very proud of him.
I know I am.
Yes. So. All right. That does it for the video live stream this morning. Good morning and have a great weekend. And we will see you on Monday.